Hello everyone, my name is Tara G. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Stay out of the kitchen if you can't take the heat, and also out of Firehouse 51. The Chicago Fire Truck and Squad crew may put out fires in the streets, but they create plenty of their own in the sheets, not to mention the back room at Molly's. Here's more on the Chicago Fire's hottest moments. https://www.looper.com/1351293/ if you believe the legend that Mrs. O'Leary's cow kicked over a lantern and caused the Great Chicago Fire, you'll find that there are moments on Chicago Fire that would make even the cow green with envy. Chicago's favorite firemen haven't been able to keep their hands off one another for 11 seasons and counting. Whether it's because they've caught a case of burning love or they just kiss with a flaming passion. The show premiered in 2012, and ever since then, couples have been constantly reconciling, splitting up, and hooking up both on and off the work. There's more opportunity for romantic tension on Chicago Fire than you can shake a stick at, thanks to the show's enormous core ensemble and continuously shifting guest actors. Such events prompted Mouch to pen a novel set in a firehouse, and prompted us to rank the sweetness of fires. Get a fan ready, because we're going to rate the sexiest scenes from Chicago Fire. Here's more on the Chicago Fire's hottest moments. https://www.looper.com/1351293/ Chloe and Cake Pop Kiss, number 12. The sexy scenes on Chicago Fire are sometimes accompanied by a subtle sweetness. After a somewhat sour supper, the cake pop engagement kiss between Chloe, Kristen Witowski, and Cruz, Joe Minoso, in Season 8's Buckle Up is the icing on the cake. Chloe is having second thoughts about her engagement to Cruz after she helped Lily cope with the tragic loss of Otis. May he rest in peace. She tells Brett it has nothing to do with a lack of affection. The reason is that she cares too much about him to risk being alone if firefighter Cruz ever comes home in a body bag instead of in bed after a shift. Once Chloe is brought to her senses by Brett's reminder that Cruz is 1 in a million, Chloe prepares a massive batch of cake pops to give to Cruz as a surprise when he returns from work. He is relieved to see the words, "Ask me," scrawled out in frosting on the cake pops, so he proposes to her on the spot. The beautiful presentation of the apology cake pops will be forgotten when she says yes. Joe gives her a passionate kiss, and suddenly all of the sugary delicacies, like Chloe's icy feet, fall flat on their faces. Here's more on the Chicago Fire's hottest moments. https://www.looper.com/1351293/ paperweight love between Aaron Lindsay and Severide. Oh, to think of what could have been between Detective Aaron Lindsay, Sophia Bush, and Lieutenant Kelly Severide, Taylor Kinney. This sensual exchange takes place during a rare television broadcast. At first, Lindsay and Severide only glance at one another. The crossover between Chicago PD and Chicago Fire occurs in episode 10 of season 1. The episode is named At Least It's Justice. The two meet in the typical fashion. Severide identifies a murder victim for Lindsay, and then he grabs her grenade paperweight to drop off at her flat later that night. Lindsay, a police officer, seemed gleeful about being robbed by a fireman. Lindsay and Severide engage in some light flirtation and steal some bedroom glances before Lindsay needs to leave for work. After a passionate kiss, the two engage in a makeout session in the corridor. Lindsay and Severide's explosive chemistry is perfectly illustrated in this sexy moment, even if it will be another episode before they become truly steamy on screen and their romance never quite blossoms. Lil Matt Casey, Jess Spencer, and Sylvie Brett, Kara Kilmer, get together. It took a few Stokes and seasons for the spark between this firefighter and paramedic on Chicago Fire to really light. Casey and Brett, who had previously spent seasons exchanging wistful glances and bumbling almost hookups, eventually connect in the 9th season's episode, No Survivors. The episode's title is deceptive because love ultimately triumphs and the steam element flourishes. Casey tells Brett that he has moved on from his feelings for Dawson and has now realized that he is in love with Brett. Despite the unromantic tone, this is a moment of long-awaited success. It's a win-win for everyone on board the mighty ship Brettsea when the next moment features passionate hair-pulling and delicate caresses. In spite of the slow music playing in the background, this is a really passionate exchange between two people. Night out for Dawson and Casey. Gabriella Dawson, Monica Raymond, is the woman responsible for Brett and Casey taking an eternity to get together. Before Brettsea was even an idea, Dawsey was a sizzling coupling. Once upon a time, they were a doomed couple. Then, for one night only, Dawson and Brett were able to feel like the attractive pair they once were. Dawson spends a few days in Chicago in the episode Best Friend Magic. This reunion is quite steamy, that is, if you can ignore the emotional damage that an unexpected visit from an ex can wreak on a person, let alone on viewers who are just now beginning to heal from the sadness that accompanied the end of Casey and Dawson's marriage. Dawson and Casey become reacquainted with each other with wild abandon in Dawson's hotel room, after a ballroom dance scene that is laden with Bridgerton levels of suspense. They pull apart in the midst of their passionate embrace because they realize they are going to have an affair with their long-term partner. Since Dawson plans to go in the morning, she wonders if this was a mistake. While Casey acknowledges that he will be staying, he insists that this doesn't make this a mistake. Swoon. 8. The black tie kiss between Hawkins and Violet, the gala in show of force, has two purposes: humiliating Chief Kilbourne and providing an opportunity for passionate PDA. In a hotel conference room overlooking the bright city at night, Severide and Kid have a passionate kiss. However, their passionate embrace is nothing more than a burnt Pop-Tart compared to the smoke show first kiss shared by Kinney. After rescuing a newborn together, paramedics Violet Makami, Hanako Greensmith, and Evan Hawkins, Jimmy Nicholas, find themselves increasingly attracted to one another. Despite their mutual desire, Violet and Hawkins are hesitant to take their relationship to the next level because of their respective positions in the workplace. As if HR policies and procedures have ever stood in the way of a Chicago fire coupling. In fact, Hawkins goes so far as to urge that he and Violet should avoid any physical contact. That holds true right up until Violet's awards ceremony. After avoiding the corrupt Chief Kilbourne and the passionate Severide, Violet and Hawkins cannot keep their hands or mouths off of each other. We applaud Hawkins' dedication to steaminess, but feel bad for whoever had to Windex away evidence of their up-against-the-windows tryst the next day. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel and stay with us.